Hello guys, welcome back to Properly Cooked. I have to share with you two facts. Fact number 1. The pan-fried chicken breast is absolutely juicy dish. Fact 2. If your chicken breast isn't, it means you don't know how to cook it. In today's Properly Cooked episode, I'm going to show you how to cook the juiciest and most tender chicken breast ever. We went to shop with my partner Eugenia and we're looking around what kind of ingredients we can buy to serve on the side to our chicken breast. I'm going to make oven baked vegetables, which are super tasty. It will be sprinkled over with some dukkah to give it a Middle Eastern touch, and some salad and a little bit of honey mustard vinaigrette. We are really thankful that we already reached 163 subscribers. Please, if you didn't subscribe yet, do it now, press the button and to share how to cook the food properly. I'm using a marination method, which is called brine. Brine basically is a salt-infused water. You need to put the salt in warm water. When you're seasoning the chicken breast with brine, it's changing its protein's texture and it preserves the moisture of the meat. You need to put it in the fridge to let it cool down. In the meantime, I'm preparing the meat, make it nice and beautiful cut.
Put it through the middle of your breast like this. This thins out the meat and allows it to cook quicker as well.
When the brine is already cold, I'm putting the chicken breast inside. I'm putting it on the side for half an hour to let it soak the brine. I have three choices of vegetables. I'm using parsnip. Because when parsnip is baked, naturally it's really sweet and really like to combine with chicken. It's also very common to use for duck breast. It's also great to use carrots. If you cannot find sweet potato in your local store, don't worry about that. You can use also pumpkin to replace this item. When the vegetable is peeled, I will not chop it smaller because we are going to bake it as a whole piece. The dry heat of the oven helps to release the natural sugar of the vegetable and it caramelizes. It's super easy to do and the result is amazing, nutty, sweet, toasty flavor. The only vegetable that needs to be cut is the sweet potato. Because it's too big, I just keep it rough and chunky. I'm using baking paper. I keep it quite long, so I'm going to close the vegetables inside. Place them next to each other, leaving some space. Season with a little bit of salt and then close it. The second is the carrot and the parsnip. When the vegetables are wrapped in the baking paper, I'm just putting them in the oven as it is. I set the oven for 180 degrees and I leave it there for between 40 and 50 minutes. The dukkah is originated from the Middle Eastern, from Egypt. It's a blend of seeds and different spices. We need the pan to toast all the spices, so it will make the flavor more intense and deeper. Some caraway seed and cumin seed with the sesame. When you're toasting the spices and the seeds, use middle heat or just a little bit of higher than middle heat and keep stirring. As I'm toasting, I can already smell the aromas for this beautiful blend of spices. What you want to achieve is just a golden light brownish color. Let's put it in the grinder and we'll apply the same method for the pistachio. Slightly toast it in a dry pan to warm it up to let it release its natural oils. Everything is going in the grinder and then I'm smashing them all. If you don't have a grinder by any chance, don't afraid to use a blender. I'm using a grinder because I prefer to get things done in an authentic way. I'm adding some dehydrated coconut and I will keep smashing it together. Dehydrated coconut gives an amazing touch. Add a little bit of salt and it's ready to eat. This is going to be really mind-blowing with vegetables. Let's move on to the next step. I'm going to do a fast vinaigrette for the salad. We need a small spoon of mustard. We need olive oil, vegetable oil, and a touch of honey. A bit of salt. And this is the last step. White wine vinegar. The sweetness of the honey have to balance out the acidity of the vinegar. When you find the perfect balance, that means that your dressing is ready to use. At this point, we arrive to the final step, which is going to be the pan-fried chicken breast.
Now, with the chicken, we can put it straight in, but before I do that, I want to have a little score up on the chicken. And what you're going to do is allow the seasoning in.
Very important that you bring up your pan's heat to high temperature. Few drops of oil. Rinse your chicken from the brine. And use paper towels to make it dry. When your oil is warm enough, before it's reaching the smoking stage, then you have to put the breast inside. As it reaches the proper heat, I lower the temperature. And then putting the breast inside, it needs to be seared as soon as possible, so no liquid is leaving the chicken breast while searing. When it gets brownish, then it's time to flip. You ensure with this method that you are closing the surface of the breast and holding all the liquids inside. Searing it properly results that your breast will be juicy as possible. When both sides of the breast is closed, I lower the temperature. I'm adding a spoonful of butter. I get a piece of baking paper. If you have cover, of course, that's the best to use. And I cover up the chicken breast while lowering the temperature to middle heat. But I let it steam as I'm closing in its own heat. Depending from the thickness of the chicken breast, from now it's going to take from 10 to 15 minutes to cook it through. If you have a thermometer, it's very advanced to use. The core temperature has to reach 63 Celsius degrees in the core when you start cooking it in the pan. After, I'm putting it on the side to rest. While the chicken breast is resting, it's still cooking in its own heat, so it will reach the well-done temperature, which is 65 degrees Celsius in the core. Let's see how our vegetables are doing in the oven. When you touch them and they feel soft, it means that it's ready to take out. The carrots needs a little bit more time, but the sweet potatoes are definitely done. The carrots goes back for a little bit longer time. After a couple of minutes, I'm just flipping the chicken. This is almost well done. Beautifully nice brownish, caramelized in the butter. It smells really amazing. I'm putting it on the side, leaving the cover on, so the last 5% of the cooking will be done off the heat, as it's still warm in the pan. Like this I avoid overcooking, and our chicken breast going to be exactly on the point. Our carrot is also done. Wow! So let's serve our delicious dish. I'm looking forward. Sweet potatoes. Beautiful. Baked carrot. And some parsnip. Smells really awesome. Let's sprinkle on some Pistachio Dukkah. Pairs instantly good with the baked vegetable. Our homemade honey vinaigrette. And the crown, our juicy, perfectly cooked chicken breast. Cook easy, eat healthy, and learn how to cook the dishes properly. Please support our movement by subscribing to our channel and share the knowledge what we share. Enjoy our properly cooked food.